I'm Eleanor Bolton, sports shoes athlete and international distance runner. Welcome back to our series on the Garmin Forerunner 265. I'm going to be talking about how I use the Garmin Forerunner 265 to plan my training week. Normally in a week, I will train on 5 to 6 days, often running twice a day. I'll start my week by putting my training into the Garmin Connect app. This will consist of a number of easy runs, a number of sessions, and a progression run. The really great feature on the Garmin Connect app that works with the Garmin Forerunner 265 is being able to put in my easy runs with a specific pace. Now, often I like to go too quick on my easy runs, and it's really important that I get that recovery in. When I set my target pace, I'll normally put between 7:15 and 7:20 minute miling. So when I'm running, it will show me a gauge on the watch. This will vibrate when I'm going too slow, or it will vibrate when I'm going too quick. So I never need to look down at my watch. I can just focus on my form and my running, and I know that I am going at the right pace and I am going to get the optimal recovery from that run. Another new feature of the Garmin Forerunner 265 is the PacePro. Now, this is often used for when you are doing a race. So you can plan out your different paces throughout the race and take into account things like different elevation. This is much more dynamic than the previous virtual partner that was on the Garmin. I actually really like to use the PacePro when I'm doing progression runs. These are really key parts of my training. I'll often do a long progression run on a Sunday, and I'm able to set the paces throughout the run. So I might want to start off doing 7:30 minute miling and go down to 6-minute miling. So again, the watch will show a gauge, and I will be able to gauge whether I'm going too quick or too slow for that particular mile by the vibrations the watch shows me, and I can just focus on my form and keep running smoothly throughout the run. One thing I've found about Garmin is how well connected it is with other apps, and they also have an app called the Garmin Clipboard. Now, this is a really great way of working with your coach and with Garmin. So on the Garmin Clipboard, my coach can set my sessions, he can put my paces on there. I simply can upload those onto my watch and do a particular workout that he has set. He can then see the results afterwards. He can see the data on my run, my paces, how well it went, but also my recovery, how well I've recovered after a particular session, after a particular race, and whether he needs to adapt my training according to how I feel to prevent overtraining or potential injury. Another feature that I really like is that the Garmin Forerunner 265 asks me how I felt and how hard a run felt after each of my runs. This is a really great way of me reflecting on my run and actually thinking how hard it was, but this also maps onto the Garmin Connect app, so my coach can see how hard I was finding the run as well. It's also really good when it comes to planning for races, because these metrics can be mapped onto a calendar, so I can see how long it normally takes me to recover from a race or from a particular session. So I can see how long I need to be tapering for before the race from a particular session. If you want to know more about the Garmin Forerunner 265, we have filmed a whole series on it, or if there's any more information, please drop any questions in the comments.